Welcome. How to install and use the extension Sanskrit to IAST. In this example, I will be using Microsoft Edge just to show that you can install the app also on the Microsoft browser, not only in the Chrome. But the same works for Chrome, and Edge is available on Mac and on Windows. So you head over to the extension page, which you maybe already have because you watched this video. In Chrome, in Microsoft Edge, you have to allow extensions. So you click on allow, that you can install extensions from the Chrome Web Store. Then you can install the app or the extension into Chrome. It asks for two permissions. One is to read data from the database I/O. That's the main point of the extension, to update the layout. And reading your browsing history might be confusing, but it means that the extension can control the button. Now the extension is installed, and you can go to your extension pages and turn other options on and off. Okay, so now the extension is installed. Go to the database I/O, and the extension only works on the English version because the other languages don't show the Sanskrit. For example, we go to Bhagavad-gītā and the first chapter. Now nothing will be shown because there's no Sanskrit on the pages. So we have to go to the advanced view. Now we can see, this is how it shows normally. Now we can see that the extension already is working. And you have the Sanskrit page replaced with the new version. Let me show you how it looks before. So if you press on the icon, you can turn the extension off. The page will reload and show the original. So the extension is using this Sanskrit original and converts it into IAST transliteration. But the difference is now they're split, and it's very difficult to get the connection of the two ones. So if you turn the extension on, which is default when you install it, then you get then the new display. The Sanskrit is removed because it's also here in the red letters, and the blue letters is basically the transliteration, which is called verse text here. To make it more easier to read, because now it's duplicated, you can turn off the verse text, the synonyms, and the purport. So now we only have the verse and the translation. You can go even further and just use the verses if you just want to learn the Sanskrit and speak and recite it. For example, now you can see easily that the verses contains usually 16 syllables, and the numbering in Sanskrit is put at the end. They all line up very nicely, so you can see the Bhagavad-gītā itself is a song, and it's not some random metrum, but it's like a poem, and everything is arranged nicely. This way you can easily understand the rhythm, and for example recite it like this: Tatarastra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsava mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. Because now you can easily understand where one first starts and ends. If you try this with the old display, it's much harder to understand where the rhythm actually happens. Also now you can see, because you can compare the Sanskrit letters with the IAST transliteration. So they are always side by side, and you can easily see that the long A, the dash on the A, is the same like the horizontal bar on the letter P. And for example, also how the syllables are split. So in this case, it's actually panda and not panda. So it's not the N attached to the N on to the PA, but it's PA with a long A, and then da is basically the second syllable. All the syllables contain of one consonant and one vowel usually, and there's some exceptions, but normally that's the case. So in this case, the vowel is A, and the ND is actually connected in front. Otherwise, the written wouldn't work. Also, because now all the Sanskrit and transliteration is side by side, now you can easily understand that this is the letter M or Ma. Usually if there's nothing, then a short A is attached. And then if you have the same letter with a horizontal bar, then you have the M with a long A. Other letters, for example, like Re, you have the letter R, and then you have the A extension on top, and so on. Okay, then you can also go to the extension options and do some small changes. For example, you can turn on off the numbers. Then if you reload it, then the numbers are gone. And you can even show the original Sanskrit text. So if you reload the page, you can always see if the conversion is working, because now it says it was translating 39 verses or text or slokas. And in this way you can see the original Sanskrit, and the red letters is basically exactly the same, but now it's split up into the single syllables, and it's much easier to read. So you can see this is the letter dr, ta, ra, stra, letter u, va, cha. Okay. I like to have the extension very minimal, so I turn off the original Sanskrit, because now it's duplicated. Sometimes you have to reload the page if you make changes to the options, but usually the option is quite smart. Also, you can always turn on all the other effects. It doesn't influence the extension, so you can choose what works best for you. You can even compare if everything is correct and the same. For example, also you can go to the next page. So if you go only on one single verse, you have the same advanced view. But advanced view actually shows all the verses in one page. But in theory, if you go to one verse, then you cannot turn off the extra information. But the extension also works on single pages, so you can also go to the next page, and then it will always convert the Sanskrit into the other way to look at it. And also the extension works for Bhagavad-gītā also as the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So you can also go to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, chapter 1, for example. Again, go to advanced view. and then it will also convert it. And here you can see very easily that in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam actually the metrum is a little bit different. So you have 4, 8, 12, 16, and then actually there's some more. The extension is not 100% perfect, so sometimes there might be some syllables which you have to connect and pronounce, but in general here the metrum is more like 20. And then you can see that sometimes syllable is long, so this is actually then more like two syllables in the length. And some they are shorter, but this is just how the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam works. They have a different way of the melody, so you have to just learn and experiment. But here you can see then it's only 12. So it's changing quite a lot, but the nice thing is it's actually working. So if you're interested in the Sanskrit way of pronouncing it, then you can do it. For example, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Yanma Swa Yato Nanya Titarata Skare Swabi Jnavasa Rata. Yes, enjoy the extension, and you can also vote and like the extension if you like it. Thank you.